Right, morning folks, and here we are, another day, another dollar, and it's bound for round 4 of the Hittite Egyptian game. Started last week. Right, I'm gonna have to dice to see who goes first, who has initiative. So the Egyptians, roll a 4, Hittites, roll a 4, usual story. 2 1s, come on guys. 3 and a 5, so the Hittites go first. Right, I'll have a look and see what we're going to do. Right, a little bit of movement, pulled back the flank here, and pulled back the flank there, and moved the guard troops up there. Everything else is doing what it should do. Right, so over to the Egyptians. Right, that's the movement all finished. Right, I'm going to have to work out now, a bit of shooting, not much, but a little bit of shooting, so. Right, shooting completed, absolutely useless. Down two, so I didn't even do half a casualty. This unit of archers here did 40 on those, which works out at 1.5 casualties per figure. That now takes them up to 3.5. So it's getting there. That wasn't worth it, too far away. And nobody else is shooting. So right, it's going to be working out decorations, I think. Sorry, declarations. We all say decorations, but see who's going to be charging who. So back soon. Right, a little bit of scrapping. That column's charging the archers, and over here the 2 sub-generals to save face have had a go, or are having a go themselves. So let's work out what these guys do. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Down 3, that's a bad roll. Right, I'm going to just work that all out. Right, they're shooting, they did 20 on these guys, and these guys just did, what did 8 to 6, these guys just did 40 on them, which is twice as many and at least 1 casualty per figure. So they are pushed back, disordered. Yeah, pushed back and disordered. Oh dear, that's not good. Yeah, like that. And now these follow up, and they are able to expand. And well, obviously can't go there because that'd be too close to that unit. But they're okay with that unit. It's just the way it is. Right. Okay. Sub-general combat, both roll down 1, each one. As their generals, they negate the -1, so they did exactly evens, which means as they're light chariots, they can both break off, so they will. End of bound 4, nothing exciting happening down this flank. Pushed back the archers, the Egyptian archers got pushed back, disordered, they're still standing. That's a rout, still carry on routing very slowly. These guys have recovered their disorder because they've stood for the whole move. The shaken needs to be recovered by the general joining them, but as the light troops, I don't think anyone's going to bother. Over here, yeah, the rout continued. The Egyptian tried to cancel their follow-up, but they rolled plus, so they got to carry on, and the 2 generals have broken off from each other. Right, end of bound 4. Right, bound 5, let's dice for initiative. So we got the Egyptians, who have rolled a 6, and the Canaanites, who have rolled a 3. So the Egyptians have the chance to go first. Right, let's work this out. Egyptians, a little bit of movement, chariots, and the CNC over there. Other than that, nothing really at all. So it's over to the Hittites. A little bit of shooting, 1 casualty per figure on this unit from the archers, and the javelin men did a similar thing back. Scores are low because they're both skirmishing, that's why the figures are turned backwards. Nothing, no damage on those. Those archers can't fire because they're in combat. Here, they rolled a +1, which did 60 on those 24-man unit, so that's 2 casualties per figure, making 48. Oh, it's actually 2.5 casualties per figure on that unit. Oh yeah, and that's the shooting. Right, so now it's combat, so I'll work those all out. Okay, over here, right, we had the Egyptian chariots charge, and we got an impetuous charge by the general. They can make themselves impetuous. Obviously, he impetuously countercharges. With him impetuously charging, this allows the Egyptians to impetuously charge along with him as long as he's within 240 paces, which he is. So that chases off the light archers, the light infantry archers, hitting the Hittite chariots at the halt. Sneaky move, even though I do say myself. Right, over here, obviously the Egyptian spearmen couldn't do anything because the guards here impetuously charged, and then slight angle, but then line up at the front. These being regulars can't impetuously charge, so they were pinned. Okay, I'll work these all out. Right, nothing exciting happened here. These guys rolled down 1, and these guys rolled down 1. These guys did 32 on the Egyptians, and the Egyptians did 12 on those. So that's twice as many, and 1 Kestra figure. That pushes those back disordered. Right, let's do the chariots. Another crazy combat. The Egyptians rolled down 1, but because they're regulars, they can negate one of those. The Hittites rolled up 3, standing to receive. That and that is exactly the same score, no difference at all. So an impetuous charge at evens and a standing at +3 works out the same. And the same type of chariots, both light, so they are both going to have to break off, as happened with the subgenerals. Right, I'll just work out these 2 subgenerals. Subgenerals, another boring combat. I don't like these subgenerals, they're not very good, are they? Egyptian rolled evens. This guy rolled down 2, the Hittites, but as he's a subgeneral, he can negate those. Sorry, down 1. That's me. He can get rid of that. So it's an even score, so they've got to break off. So all the chariots are breaking off. Right, I'm going to work out all these measurements. And in the middle, I've just sorted out this one. The Hittites rolled up 2. On this gov, they did. And their shooting was just normal. It's only from the rear ranks. 16 at more is 192, so that's going to destroy the archers. I think we're reaching critical mass here, aren't we, with the Egyptians? I don't think there's a lot more they can do. Right, so that's a rout. I've just expanded these guys, pushing those back disordered. So I'll do some measuring. Okay, it's some waiver tests for the Egyptians. We'll test this spear unit. 5, they love it. We'll test the CNC. He rolled a 6, he loves it. And we'll test these spearmen. They rolled a 4. 1, 3, so see. Yep, they're just okay. I think they needed a 3. Yeah, so that's everything done there. Okay, end of bound 5. Oh, it's all looking very different. It's all a bit of a mess. We get units all over the place. Yeah, chariots running away, spear unit standing there, another spear unit standing there. The light infantry skirmishers just covering the chariots as they evade back. Got a rout of Egyptian spearmen there. Those guys are pushed back disordered. That's another rout, and these guys are coming to the flank. Over there still shaken, and the subgenerals can now rally themselves, spin those round. Yeah, and that's it. That's the end of bound 5. Right, I think it's probably going to be over in bound 6, or soon after. Right, let's have a dice roll. Egyptians 5, Hittites 6, so the Hittites go first. Okay, bound 6 looking strange. Chariots are gone. The Egyptians pursued the Canaanites off the table and obviously followed them off the table, but the Egyptians will have a chance to come back. Over here, the Egyptian unit was destroyed. 3 rounds and they'd wiped them out. Yeah, Hittite movement is just about completed, then I'll do the Egyptians. Okay, nothing for the Egyptians. I think this is the end. This is bound 6. These guys are really pinned. They can't do much. I assume, yeah, these guys are going to charge them. That'll be an impetuous charge on those. That'll drive off the light skirmishers. Here, there's nothing these guys can do. They're just disordered, but they're likely to break with this pushback. These guys have moved up. Over here, nothing can really happen. These guys are rally. They could come at each other, I suppose, but it's probably not worth it. There's nothing much left of the Egyptians, so I'll just work out these combats. Alright, that's another route. Yeah, here 120, even with an evens roll, and these guys roll down 1, so that's factor 0 for them, isn't it? Yeah, factor 0. So we've got 18 at 0, which is 18, and these guys count all 24 because they're following up. 120, that's twice as many casualties caused, and at least 3 casualties per figure. That's a rout. So that disorder becomes a rout, and they will turn around and rout. That's it. It's all over for the Egyptians, and I'm just going to work this combat out. Hittites impetuously charged. What sort of factor? Oh, +1. Egyptians stand and do a +1. So I'll work that out. Right, with those dice rolls, the Hittites score 120. The Egyptians do 54. 120 is twice as many and 3 casualty per figure. That's another rout. So that's it. And we'll just do some waiver tests. Test for the chariots. A 4, they love it. Test for the general. Oh dear, he's got a 2. I'll just check up on that. No, he's okay. He needs a 1. 2 he passes, 1 he fails. Yeah. So put that route there. I'll just turn these guys round. And yeah, there we go. There we go. There we go. I'll just do that move. There we have it. That's done. Bound 6. Just a little knockabout, but you see the Egyptian field force, the troops, the infantry have just been destroyed. All 3 units here are en route. That one's gone already over there. The light infantry skirmishers are shaken. Sub-general there, nothing he can do. He'll go off with the chariot runners. And over on this flank, sub-general and chariot body is sound, and chariot runners, so they'll disappear. Yeah. Oh, just got to test these guys. Just get a dice. Let's see what happens, because the spearmen, oops, have now got close enough. Oh, a 6. They love it. So they're sort of happy with the morale checks, but they're not very good in the combat. Yeah, Egyptians just overpowered by the Hittites. Being more aggressive, being irregular, impetuous charges, flank secure, blah blah blah, all the rest. Same troop sizes, so the Egyptians needed more and probably bigger units to withstand the Hittite onslaught. Right, that's the end of it then. So little 6 before game. I say we usually fight a lot bigger table, but I just wanted to do a little knockabout to see what my biblicals would do. Not too bad, not too bad. Some of the rules I forget. I'm getting old. You're allowed to forget rules, so you have to keep looking at the book. And some complicated bits sometimes. With the chariots, totally forgot that they bounce off each other and both break off. I should remember for next time. Right, yeah, there we are. 6 bounds, and it's over. Thanks for looking, and bye for now.